quarterback situation I'm interested in is Ryan Fitzpatrick signing in Washington. I have been beating the drum on this thing for the last couple of weeks that Fitzpatrick's numbers the last few years are just better than most people realize. He's just played well. People have this image of him as the guy who throws all these interceptions, and certainly well-deserved. He has been that guy. But the last few years, he really hasn't. He's been excellent. He comes to a team where they just need average quarterback play, and they should be really good with that defense. What do you think? With Fitzpatrick added in Washington, how do you like that team going in?
Greeny, I like the playmaking ability of Ryan Fitzpatrick, and that to me gives them a huge upgrade at the quarterback position. But if you go back and look at last year, the real difference for that team is they won when they didn't turn the ball over. When they turned the ball over, they lost. And now it was kind of Alex Smith against the other quarterbacks because Alex protected the football. And that's going to be the real balancing act here with Fitzpatrick, is that he's a guy that believes he can make every throw. He wants to go out and make every throw. But you've got a quality defense. Can you balance out making more plays than the quarterback position made for them last year, but not making those big mistakes that puts them behind the eight ball or puts them in tough spots because their defense is so good. So I'm just interested to see how it plays out and how they want Ryan Fitzpatrick to play, because you know it, Greeny, from his time with the Jets. He plays one way, and that one way is every play he's going to try to make the play if he thinks he can fit a ball in a window, or he thinks it can make a difference. And sometimes that goes against you. And so it's going to be about consistency. It's going to be about how they ask him to play. But I definitely believe from a playmaking standpoint that they've upgraded at the quarterback spot. Now he's just got to protect the football.
I like them in the NFC East. Greeny and Kurt Warner. Let's talk about another guy who turns the ball over too much, and that's Jameis Winston. And if he were to call you, you're a Hall of Fame quarterback, if he were to call you and say, where should my head be? He's got the chance of a lifetime here. He gets the chance to take the baton from Drew Brees. He got a year to study and learn from him how Brees went about doing his thing. He's got this great offensive coach in Sean Payton. They've got a really good football team. He's got an unbelievable opportunity to fulfill all of the promise he clearly had. If he called you and said, where should my head be? What should I be thinking about? What should I be doing? What would you tell him?
Greeny, this is such a hard one because, I know Jameis, and I've actually worked with Jameis. We have a great relationship, and I love the fact that he wants to be great. If you watch him play in Tampa, I believe he understands passing concepts. He sees the field, and he makes more good decisions than most guys in the National Football League. The problem is being able to decipher what is always a good throw to make and what isn't, because he does make so many plays, and that's really been the issue. And we just talked about Ryan Fitzpatrick. I believe it's been the same thing with Ryan Fitzpatrick throughout his career, is that believing you can make every throw is one thing. Understanding judicially how to protect the football and which chances to take is something completely different. And that's the question with Jameis Winston. And so you can say, hey, you sat behind Drew Brees and you watched Drew Brees do it, because nobody's better at processing information and getting it to the right guy than Drew Brees. The problem is when you get out there, can you do that in your head? You've played the game one way for so long that I don't want you to be conservative, because that doesn't give us the best chance to win. That's not what wins championships. But it's being able to be judicial with the football. And what we always say is, can someone learn that? Can they start to understand, okay, this is a play I can push the ball down the field and attack, and this is a play where I have to pull back and hit my check down. And that's becoming, that's the challenge for Sean Payton. That's the challenge for Jameis Winston, is can you do all of those good things you do, but can you eliminate those plays that just, for whatever reason in your head say, okay, I can't make that play. And, I remember Baker Mayfield talking last year, and somebody asked him, why he's playing so differently. And he said, well, I look at plays now and I say, if an idiot would make that throw, I don't do it. And so it sounds easy and it's a funny statement, but that's really what it comes down to, is there a play where you go, yeah, I can probably make that throw, but that's a dumb throw to make. Check it down. And then another throw that maybe just is a little bit different. And you say, well, I've got to rip that one. And being able to play that way aggressively is, to me, the key for Jameis Winston, because he does so many good things and there's so many great things to build on. but that's always going to be the difference maker. And as you said, why Ryan Fitzpatrick probably never got that big contract to be a franchise quarterback, because he's had trouble delineating between those two things as well. And so I'm excited for Jameis because I think it's a great opportunity in a system that will fit him well. But we all know he's going to have to eliminate those bad plays at critical moments if he's going to hold on to that job.